Wales. This is BBC Wales on One. Tom Hopkin is retiring from farming after spending over 50 years as a shepherd. Last week, Tom welcomed in the new year, but now it's spring, and Tom's new house is ready for him to move into. Will he make the move, or will Tom spend his last days at Fforchwen?
It's early January at Fforchwen, and Tom's major concern is making sure the animals are fed during the harsh winter months. He has to be sure that the ewes will be strong enough to give birth to their lambs in a few months' time.
As a sheep, I think, was the most healthiest animal going. The only thing they will suffer from is more or less malnutrition in the winter. Like. That's their biggest killer. Not a bloody grub or a hard winter. Like.
West Wales beaches, which were the scene of violent clashes between rival gangs of cocklepickers last summer, are being closed to enable badly depleted stocks to recover. Overpicking has led to a serious drop in the numbers of shellfish in the estuaries of the Taff, the Gwyndraith and the Towie rivers, forcing South Wales Sea Fisheries Committee to impose the ban. Farm workers from across Britain are lobbying MPs as union leaders meet with employers to demand a wage increase and better conditions. Farm workers say there's been a 60% increase in farm income, but they've not benefited.
60%? Where the hell who's having it, eh? You're not having it up in the mountains.
Weather forecast for today and tonight for Wales: a cloudy day across the whole of Wales, with the persistent rain slowly turning lighter and drizzly, with drier interludes developing inland this afternoon. General rain returning for the evening and night, and fresh or strong southwesterly winds.
The Llangeina Hunt have started their winter season, and although they have held meetings in the Faldau in Pontycymru before, they have never held a hunt meet on Tom's land. This year, Tom offered to hold a hunt meet at his new house at Fforchwen.
Good morning. Where's the boozer? Such a bad night that even foxes have got a lot of sense. They stay in their lairs here, in their berries, and they don't lie in the damp fern like although there's gorse up there. Now, gorse bushes are very waterproof.
Oh,
they could lie in under a good gorse bush, which is very comfortable stuff for foxes. He goes along this road now, past the hounds down.
Oh, no, I could do that.
There's a block ended down the street down there, aren't you?
I know that, but he could still come back and go around there.
Nobody'll have to come back and retrace it. He can do new ground all the time up there, can he?
Oh, well.
Yeah, hold it, come on.
Question of tactics, you see, Tom. I can see you not conversing with the hunting technicalities, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Mr. Hopkins for inviting us here this morning to this meet. Very kind of him, and he's a grand supporter of the Langina hunt, always has been. Thank you very much, Tom.
People on about, you know, criminal sports, by God, if they saw what a fox will do. They wouldn't, you know, especially if they owned lambs or whatever they do with the chickens. They'd alter their opinion then. Oh, they can be really vicious little bears. But every year we was having it. Trouble until we caught her up there right on the top. Never had no trouble after.
Tom no longer rides with the hunt, and for him, the occasion is the chance to have his friends round for a drink and a chat. These are the farmers that Tom has shared the mountains with for the last 50 years, and the talk touches on old times, past traditions, and the inevitable changes which have affected them all. The hunt continued for 3 hours in the rain before giving up without catching sight of a fox. With the hunt out of the way, Tom's relatives are very keen for him to complete the move to Fforchwen, but Tom is still considering whether or not to try to keep Fforchwen as well.
I could come up in the morning then and, you know, see about the animals and I get those sheds down there done, you know, especially the one up on the bank, like, and I could put the dogs in there. And the one by the house is, well, I could put tools and things like that in, like, innit? Well, 2 or 3 sheds I could put there.
But you're talking about doing it very gradually.
Mm-hmm.
What do people like Gladys and Sarah think, though? Because they're very keen.
What they think, it makes no difference to me. It's what I think it is, not what they... Oh, she's on about it, I know, cricky, aye.
There's loads more samples of it. I just want to
Well, look, you, what will go with these, you know, windows?
I don't think plain would be any good for you, no. That would go nice with the curtains, but it's going to be hard for you to keep clean.
Oh, by that, that's not from easy.
You know, I can fetch some more Axminster samples.
See, there's a little bit of pink in it, as long as there's a bit of pink in it.
I don't know, don't look here, I don't know nothing at all about it.
It's all clash with the curtain.
You'll have to have one of these little scrapers put outside the door.
That's right, outside both doors.
Or take your shoes off by the door, then.
Oh, you're a clever man again, aye. I don't think you like the pet, eh?
He's a pig. Tommy is a pig. He come in with all dirt and cow down on his feet. Next thing will be, unless he'll alter now, mate, you never know.
When they'll have the new kitchen in and you'll have water on tap and the central heating will be nice and cosy, do you ever think that you might get too used to those kind of comforts?
Well, I hope it will. I will get used to it, you know. That's my biggest worry is getting used to it. Because I like the fire. Oh, you know, if I don't like it, I'd soon put a fire in there. Oh, aye. But, you know, I'd rather not, you know, I'd rather get used to it without a fire then, put it that way. Because it's nice to come down in the morning, just switched on, you know, instead of, you know, looking for sticks and coal and... Oh, no, I enjoy doing that in the morning, you know, lighting the fire. If that's the hardest work you've got to do, that's not bad.
For Tom, the winter means little more than feeding his animals and counting the weeks before the lambs start to arrive in the spring. You don't seem to go out at night to tend to the ewes when they're lambing.
They're better left on their own. If there's any trouble and you see it in the daytime, you know, then you can do something about it. Some, you know, you can go too quick, like, you know, for to help a ewe lambing. It's nice for her to bring it, you know, she brought it on her own much better. You go on and take it from her, perhaps you don't look at that lamb. You know, like that ewe, remember you seen her? Oh, they're best left on their own. It's nice to see them coming in the morning. See them in the night, there's no lamb with them, then come trotting down in the morning with the lamb following them. That's how I like to see it.
Have you always worked like that? Did you ever used to sort of go out at night
No.
looking after the ewes? You've always best left alone?
Wait in the morning, first thing in the morning, go around. But with me by here, only look out the window because they all come for food by here, don't they? You know, and then when next somebody go out, then you have a look around and see if there's anything, you know. But very rare.
The sheep tend to give birth in a few sheltered areas of the farm, so Tom knows where to look to check that the ewes haven't had any problems during the night.
See there. See, if you would have come down this morning, bloody fun you should have, you only just dropped that, look. Oh, you're there.
Are they in labour for long?
No, all according. But I usually know in no time. But you see the buggers in the daytime, and that's, you know, you'll always find, you know, there's difficulty if the ones you see in the, when they're lambing. But in the night, I don't know what they do. They come in the morning like little buttons, you know. But that's the only time I see bloody trouble is when they start lambing in the day. It's obvious they meet try and then overnight, that kind of thing. tell you one thing, I was coming home the other night and you know as you go up from the cottage, you know, up where that little gate was across the road, there was a ewe lambing right in the middle of the road. Right in the middle. And, you know, she'd been there a little while, like, so I go out and I pulled the lamb from her and I put it on one side. I had enough room to pass it, and she just looked at me passing. And then I'd stop and look back, she was getting up there and look at the lamb. I thought it was really marvellous. I didn't get out of the tractor to put her out the way. Well, that's a good job, they're not afraid, like, innit? I mean...
So they don't mind you helping them
no,
during
that
labour?
is, well... Oh, heck, they wouldn't, you know, if normally if it was daytime, she'd have got up and run, like, innit? But no, and the tractor, see, they're not afraid of the tractor. That's their Meals on Wheels, like, innit, you know, so... They're not afraid of that.
Was it harder during lambing, before the subsidies came in?
3-4 times as much work. But as I tell you, you know, they bring... you see all the sheep around here now, innit? You go out in the morning, they all sleep around here, look at it. You see the lamb, their arm being licked. Then you've got to go and find his very mother, which is no good because once you find that there's no milk in it, but you've got to try, like in case. And then, you know, things like that, good God, not just one, you know, a few of them perhaps. Especially if it's been a bad winter. Oh, no comparison, you know what it was.
And that's just really just a result of being able to give them more food.
Well, I'm feeding them, I said feeding them. Well, they're having a good grub, no mind, heck. It's costing me a lot of money. I mean, you know, they stop subsidies. Nobody will be feeding them. They won't be able to afford it. And they were on about it this morning, so they're going to stop subsidies.
Where were they on about it?
On the Welsh programme. But it's you know, I think it's unthinkable for you, unless they charge 3 or 4 times as much for the lamb as, you know. You want tremendous price in black mill just to cover the cost with it, of the subsidy, like. What the heck is going to happen then with the hill farm, like, if you take the subsidy off? Good God, they'll be all gone from there. They're going from there as it is, like, you know. Never mind. I won't be worrying about that then. But it is awful to see it, don't it, you know. I mean, oh, I think the farmers are doing well. I mean, subsidies and all that. Good God. What are the price of the lamb be then, you know, to make a living if it weren't for the subsidy? Good God. Our winter don't start, I don't think, till the lambs come. That's when we start getting bad weather. But damn this year for a start. I've seen it, you know, starting at the beginning of March, beautiful weather, lovely. And then when it was second week in March, they start bringing the lambs. And the weather will turn then, sleety rain and...
you did decide to take it a lot easier this year, what would it mean, selling a lot more of your sheep at market?
Sell the bloody whole place, man. I might, you know, I'd keep that little field alongside the house down there and the top fields, I think. I'd keep them. I'd keep them there. You need a bloody horse or two, like, innit?
Tom's new house at Fforchwen is nearly complete. The cottage has been carpeted and furnished, and all that remains is for Tom to bring a spare bed down from Fforchwen.
It looks small, doesn't it? Huh? But she's wrong. But she's not a bed. Right. Just hold it, Peter. Oh, it's a ridiculous job, isn't it? My sister bought it, like, you know, when well, what, 5, 6 years ago or more, I think. And I said, I don't want that. I said, I want the bed I'm sleeping in now. And that's what you never even opened it. No, it's a ridiculous job. It is nice, so fair play, like, isn't it? You know. You know, nice and high, like, it is. Not a low little place, and that's all right in there too, isn't it? It's plenty big enough as well. You know, big enough for me, like.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a lot of work cleaning of what's in this, like, is it? You have a, say, 3 or 4 bedroom house and a couple of rooms downstairs. A lot of work going around the mall again, eh? All right. My father worked in the cess pit, you know, before the explosion. There was dockets up in there, what he had when he was working there. That's going back, that happened, but I guess 1902 or something like that. So it must have been back in the last century, isn't it? But where are you going to store things like that? You know, they're up there now, the drawers are full of old stuff. You can't bring them down here, man. They'll all have to be burnt or something, you know. I would like to bring them down, good God. Ooh, there's one little desk and there was this crammed with stuff there, you know. Jeez.
But it does seem a pity that all of that information about the family and all of that sense of tradition isn't going to be passed on to somebody.
Who's it going to be passed on to? No, leave it as it is, look, modern, and that's it. Forget about the past.
With most of the lambs born now, the whole cycle is starting to begin again. Tom realises that he must now consider what the future has in store for him.
But I got to retire someday, haven't I? Oh, heck, aye. Oh, I'm a bit far up here, like, innit? I don't go off to go tripping about up there, that's what I don't like. There's a lot of work on it. And it's dangerous up there too. I can't visualize it, you know, nothing at all to do like in it. I mean, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? But if I'm going to worry, that's when you start worrying, isn't it? That's my opinion, anyway.